Hello, callers. Welcome back to Viva Barca and welcome to another interesting episode where we are going to be discussing on the latest developing stories. We start with this report claiming that Barcelona have only 13 players registered with La Liga at the moment. We are going to be discussing on that as we progress. Then, secondly, talking about Ousmane Dembele, as it has been reported that Dembele's agent and Deco are currently going on with positive talks as regards to the player's potential contract renewal. We are also going to be discussing on that. So guys, as we get right into the stories in much detail, please do ensure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Turn on the post bell notification to always stay notified whenever I post a new video. Consider liking the video and please watch it right up to the very end. With the summer transfer window officially open in Spain, Barca are looking to strengthen their squad to defend the La Liga title and challenge for European glory in the coming season. However, before they can make signings, the Catalan Giants have another very important issue to take care of, that of registering the new contracts of several players. Indeed, at the time of writing on July 1st, Barcelona have only 13 first-team players registered with La Liga as per the data on the league's official website. This is because of the non-registration of the contract renewals of players like Inaki Piana, Ronald Araujo, Sergio Roberto, and Marcos Alonso. All four players' previous contracts were expiring on June 30, 2023, but have renewed their deals. But given the club's financial fair play situation, those new contracts have not yet been registered. But Barca's economic vice president, Edward Romeo, has assured that there will not be any problems with the club's administration paying 6.67 million euros to La Liga as a guarantee for the economic viability plan. At this time, the only registered first-team players are Marc-Andre ter Stegen, Eric Garcia, Andreas Christensen, Jules Koundé, Frankie de Jong, Pedri, Gavi, Frank Kessie, Ferran Torres, Ansu Fati, Robert Lewandowski, Ousmane Dembele, and Rafinha. Gavi's registration was once again granted after the court overturned its decision to revoke the precautionary measure that had allowed for the 18-year-old's new first-team contract to be registered. Alejandro Balde is still on a subsidiary contract and thus does not feature on the list, although he is expected to sign a new deal soon, which should also be registered without an issue following the guarantee payment. As for new signing Ilkay Gundogan, he only signed from Manchester City recently and is yet to be registered as well. The club will be hoping to take care of the registration of the aforementioned players at the earliest possible and then go after the targets in the market, although player sales are needed first for the club to be able to bring in new faces. Of course, player sales so far has been a disappointment as Barca have just get rid of one player, I think Samuel Umtiti, whose contract was terminated yesterday. I think if you want to consider that, you say that is the first sale that Barca has made through contract termination. Umtiti is a player that have spent about 7 years at Barca, but just his first 2 years that he was really good, and of course met with injuries. Of course, Barca have not really sold any player to a certain club so far, with many players linked with an exit. And of course, this report comes as a serious shock, like Barca having just 13 players currently registered. And you can just tell the amount of, in fact, the workload that Barca have in front of them. Because the thing is, they shouldn't go to a level where it's only towards the end of the summer window that we start getting reports of Barca is unable to register this player because of this and because of that. And it's always very disappointing to hear such. So there's still a lot to be done, a lot to be done. Players now can't be registered because the financial, the financial issue that the club is going through currently And also, Barcelona have a lot of things to do. They haven't even signed the pivot midfielders. They are still to do many things in the transfer window. And it's really tough on our side. It's really tough. It's really tough. So let's see what happens as the club continues to push to sign their top targets. And they can't do that if they don't sell the players that needs to be sold. Ilkay Gundogan, who is the club's first official signing and the only official signing so far, hasn't been registered. As you, of course, this isn't a surprise. Most of these players will come, but Barca won't register them until when, maybe I don't know, until when they are done with the transfers before you start seeing the club start rushing to register these players. So it's still a lot to be done. Um, of course, it is well publicized that the club is going through a lot financially, despite despite Busquets leaving the club. The financial capabilities for Barca is still very much troublesome. Even to get players for 18 million, for 15 million, is still very tough for Barca. So let's see what happens in the future. But according to what the economic vice president said, it won't be a big deal for Barca for the registration, as they need to pay just 6.6 million euros to La Liga before the season kicks off, in order to guarantee registration for everybody. Then moving on to the next story of discussion. According to a new report from Sport, Ousmane Dembele's agent, Moussa Sissoko, have met with Deco. The meeting was to inform the incoming sporting director that the winger intends to stay put at the club and not use the 50 million euro release clause in his contract to leave this summer. Dembele signed a new contract with Barca last year after a long-running saga. The Frenchman penned a 2-year deal that also included a release clause worth 50 million euros. Should any club trigger it, half of the fee would go to the player and his agents. However, Dembele has grown into one of the main pillars of Xavi's setup over the past 18 months or so. The 26-year-old has been the driving force for the team in attack and also have been relatively injury-free. Dembele himself recently admitted that he feels happy staying at Barca, where he have enjoyed total faith under Xavi Hernandez, and he is understood to have informed the tactician that he intends to stay at the club and sign a new contract. Now, the same message has been seemingly conveyed by his agent, Sissoko, who does have a bit of a dodgy reputation from last summer. The Frenchman's representative has informed the director that his client does not wish to make use of that release clause and secure a transfer this summer. Barca have offered Dembele a new contract, according to reports, until 2027, and negotiations over an agreement are set to continue over the weeks. So guys, with that, we have come to an end of this episode. Thanks a lot for watching. Until next time. Bye bye.